Hi guys, this is Kritika Shah. So I've been a SVT pass out from the batch of 2011, and I must say, like, completing this decade after college and shooting this video is feels like a milestone to me. So my name is Kritika Shah. I'm the owner or founder, whatever you call it, of the designer accessories label named Shatak. We specialize in wedding accessories, majorly into clutches and potlies, wedding potlies and clutches. So that is about me, and let's go on with how I came up with the idea. Was actually I was working in apparel export houses after completing my degree at SVT, and then I went in for a retail management diploma course. After that, I realized that there was so much space in retail for niche categories which was unexplored. So I started visiting some stores and exhibitions and seeing what was what I found was lacking. So around 6 months of all this market survey, you could say, and I found that designer bags, as in handbags, were pretty much only taken up by brands, and there were small scale managed businesses also in that. But what I found was wedding accessories was something like, when I talk about accessories, I'm not talking about jewelry only. I mean, because jewelry there are plenty of options, but bags like clutches and heavy potlies, designer stuff was very limited. You'd only get what you'd get, like in all the stores you'd find pretty much similar stuff. So I found that was there was a lot of scope of innovation there. That's how I started or came up with the idea of getting into designer accessories in terms of bags. Okay, clutches and potlies, I'll say, not even bags. So yes, that is what inspired me. So it was a challenge also, because when you're getting into uncharted territories, finding resources does is a challenge if you don't have anybody in the family already doing that. So yes, I went through my own journey about that, finding carigars for this, and sourcing, because I didn't know where to go and source specific materials needed for this. The quality checks that one should do, even though it's not done like in a lab or something, but what you should actually look out for when you're making or designing a product. So those are things that you obviously learn on the way. So, and the one thing I would like to tell entrepreneurs here is also that a lot of times we feel, how will I do this? I want to do this, then how will I do it? And you can't find the answer to that at that point, and you give up. So, don't do that, guys, because till you don't jump in the swimming pool, you'll never be able to learn swimming. बाहर से नहीं सीख सकते. So, if you have the willingness to learn and put in the hard work, trust me, you just have to know that you want to do this, and sometimes things will come to you, sometimes you will have to work for them, but they do work out. So yes, as long as you're willing to put in your 2 cents, the world will give you back. Okay, so don't get misguided or sad and leave your um, dreams aside because you don't know how to go about it, because usually it's the how that stops people. They know what they want, but they don't know how to get it, so they leave it, you could say. So don't do that. That's the biggest mistake you will make, and maybe few years down the line you'll feel acha tabhi try kar liya hota to, because as you know, young people today, you all have the advantage of time, which a lot of people don't have. Like changing a career in 30s 40s can be done, but it becomes a little bit of a struggle, like you think acha then what will happen, nahi hua to main already set hu in whatever job or whatever. So I think for entrepreneurs, it's the best. Young entrepreneurs is the best time because you have time on your side. So make sure you don't give up any of your dreams. Anybody who does have entrepreneurial dreams, sorry, that would be one thing that I would like to tell you all, because that don't focus on the how, just focus on what you guys want in life. Then my learnings on the way, well, there have been plenty. Just imagine that you're climbing stairs instead of taking a lift. So every step that you're taking, there is one, at least one lesson attached to it, or one little small learning attached to it. So that's how you climb your way to success. Whatever your definition of success is, okay, it can vary from person to person. One challenge that I faced was, okay, we can take up, like, I still do quite a lot of wedding shows because since my product is wedding based, wedding shows like wedding exhibitions give me a lot of traction. I get target clientele because it's a very niche category also. Like, it's not something that you use casually always. So, while doing that, we faced a lot of challenges in terms of transportation. We had to learn a lot of other different aspects of how things are done interstate. So, just being a creative person, that was a little bit of a challenge because I didn't have that much knowledge of finance also. So yeah, but on the way we learned, how it was done, how it was managed. Because here you have to do on the spot thinking a lot, especially when you're traveling. If any challenge comes up, you've got to be quick on your foot and, act fast. So we learned that networking was also something that helped me. Like, surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who want growth, and they'll guide you also. Like, I have received a lot of guidance from peers in terms of uh, pointing me to the right direction when it comes to resources also. So in general, obviously, I mean, you're known by the five people close to you, like that defines you. So in a way, yes, keep good company, keep aspirational company, and I think half work is done there, right? And also be in touch with your teachers, your mentors, because they're the right people to guide you. Because see, they have the experience, bundled experience of so many people, right? So they talk to so many people, so they'll be able to connect you to the right person also when the time comes, or they can always guide you in the right direction of how to go about it, or how to think about a particular problem, right? And always take a problem as a learning opportunity, because trust me, when you make mistakes in the beginning stages, it's very cheap and it's a good lesson. Because if you say, if you have a small order, you're working on a 20K order and you make a mistake, you still have scope to rectify it. It's not like, it's not that big amount. Say tomorrow you add zeros to that order, and if you goof up that order, it's going to be much more expensive. So always treat your mistakes or any problems that come as a teaching tool. Think it as your tuition fee in a way, okay? Or as your insurance to not make that kind of a big scale mistake in the future. So it will teach you, because honestly, there were 2-3 incidences where we found some products lacking in terms of longevity. So we changed a lot of small things, like, just giving an example, that in Potleys, usually you'll find that handles keep breaking and people change Potleys then. So we didn't want to have the customer coming back to us for that, in the sense that we wanted them to use the product till they wanted to use it, till they were tired of it. They didn't have to stop using it or throw it away because it was no longer working. So we didn't want that was our vision. So what we did is we started making detachable handles. So in case that happens, they can always call in for another handle at least, or they can use their normal slings, or whatever other detachable stuff, and make use of the piece. It's never going to go completely waste for them. So that is one thing we added, that was a value addition, which 100% sure nobody did 5 years back. Like in 2016, nobody used to do that. So that is when we began actually, and over a period of time, we started evolving our processes in terms of finishing, what to do, what not to do. So obviously, with grit, you learn that kind of thing, what applies for your business. Then also one thing I'd like to tell today's entrepreneurs is, guys, save and invest. Just saving is not good, and also invest that money. Start learning that as a part of your life, like how you learn grooming skills, how you learn how to talk to others, interact with others. I think finance is also a very, very crucial part, where you should at least have personal finance knowledge, if not the whole investing thing. But at least personal finance knowledge you guys should have, because just saving doesn't help. You should start investing little money. It doesn't have to be big money, but even 2,000 bucks a month count, okay? At whatever level you can work, that's the amount is up to you, but you should. It's something you shouldn't miss for sure. Uh, And always remember, small drops make an ocean. So don't try to do everything together. Don't overwhelm yourself in the beginning stages. Try to take one step at a time and just go with the flow, okay? And also follow the power of attraction, because you'll attract a lot of resources if you have the right mindset. So you guys, that's something you should definitely work on. And everything apart, invest in yourself, because that's the biggest investment. Because for an entrepreneur, you are your salesperson, so to the world. So yes, make sure, I'm not saying have a target of say learn one new thing a year, because that's too restricting. Always be ready to learn. Learning comes in small bits and in bigger parts also. So always be ready to learn, keep upgrading yourself to be with time. And right, and use networking also. And for SVD college, my college, I would like to say that it has been really great. I have enjoyed, like, it was not like other colleges, where you don't come for lectures. We used to attend lectures so sincerely that, my cousins used to be like, what are you doing? Who attends college? So, guys, but I would say I have really enjoyed it. I've had great mentors like Suman ma'am, Anju ma'am, who's guided me a lot emotionally also when I used to feel low, that, how will I do things? Like, I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur down the line, but I didn't know how I would go. So, my own personal biggest hurdle was the how. So, she helped me overcome that a lot. So you have a lot of good teachers around you. Please take advantage of that, because you don't always get these kind of teachers. So yes, that's my those are my parting words for y'all. That, guys, invest in yourself. That's the biggest investment, and always keep be open and accepting to what others are saying. You learn a lot when you listen to others too. So be a good listener, invest in yourself, and start early. That is all I tell you. Okay, guys? Bye. All the best to you all.